Woodcraft, helping you make woodwork.
You can see how that worked. Here you go. It takes some practice. This was a script, the brush script on Microsoft Word at 48 font. So I just printed that out this morning and put it on there. And it just takes a few minutes. And the one of the things I like about the initial part is these are these are 3x3 pads, I believe. You can get some smaller pads at Costco for a lot less money and different colors. And if you do the initial, it's a lot easier to fit the initial on the smaller pads, which are about 3/4 the size, than you can get the name. And also, if you're like me, I need all the space I can get for my writing. So it's the same thing with this. You just put it in there and cut it out. I'm going to do another flower.
So if the font is a wide font, do you actually cut both sides, or do you just work it back and forth as you go through?
I cut both sides.
You cut both sides.
And what you can do is cut on the inside and then go out and widen it up. You can take a look at these if you want. And the thing is if you get off a little bit, you just tweak it, and it's part of it's part of your creativeness. Each one will be unique. Yeah, you meant to do it. You don't tell them.
Do the ice come off this clean? This is clean like a knife.
Yeah.
It comes off that clean.
Yeah, like that one there. The other one coming around. We can take the and then what you can do is, if you notice, there's the one up in the upper corner I just turned it around and reused the plywood. And then what you can do is you can actually then use it the next time for a template if you want to save it. It doesn't take a lot.
The little boo-boos that you have in there, that's called custom made.
Yeah, it's custom.
If you're with Microsoft, it's a feature.
Yeah.
Made it just
So, but what was fun was, I have this little rose here. That was scroll sawn. And what it was is, this is what it looks like to start with. And you just take it and roll it up on a toothpick. I've got enough of these, everyone can try it. So you just roll it up on a toothpick. Takes a minute. So.
How long have you had your Excalibur?
About a year now. And then so there it is. And this little tab on the bottom is what you glue it on. That one came apart. So I have some up here you guys can try if you want. I've got a bunch of the stuff up here. So you want me to go ahead and cut out another piece, or I can do it?
General idea.
Yeah, you got the general idea. So the other thing is you can get scissors. This is just cardstock. I went to Michael's and I looked around, and I actually found a package of about 200 sheets of paper for 30 or 40 different colors for about $12.
All the little yellow areas inside, you had to drill a separate hole and go in on each one of them.
Yeah. This is why I don't like fretwork. This was an experiment.
Yeah.
I did it, the butterfly only needed about 4 holes. So that went fast. But yeah, no, there's other patterns that don't have a lot of holes in them. These ones, it's all one cut on the outside. You drill one entry hole. You don't want to come in from the edge because then you're losing a lot of your structure and it gets hard to saw. So you take, and I do this on the drill press. So I just put it up on the drill press. It takes me I think it took me about 5 minutes to drill all the holes.
Some of your fonts, you use the drill press, like the beef right there, you want to get inside. Is the drill press to get inside?
Yeah, since I cut out the entire O, I had forgotten to drill it before I came. So we just took a hand drill and drilled through the O. So you'd use you can actually use a fairly small bit for the drill. So you just drill the hole big enough so you can get your...
And you use primarily a number 5 blade?
Whatever works. That's what I use because that's what I had. This is what I'm using. You can... Now, with this, there is a definite direction for the way a lot of the scroll saw blades, there's a direction, the teeth go down. So when you put in the saw, you want the teeth to go down. And it's so fine, I just figure out with my thumb which way to do it, the direction that catches goes down. And I think this is a crown tooth, and so all the teeth go up or down, it really doesn't matter. And I can flip it over and reuse it. But other ones, so this is a 5. I have some that are about half this size and even finer. But,
Do you ever get clogged?
No, when these get dull, you throw them away and just redo it. So, and so actually, when I was thinking back, when I was about 10, my dad gave me one of those coping saws, which is basically a hand version of this, and I was doing that. And so, I think, a 10-year-old girl would do that. You could, or, even young boys. So this would be something quite safe for a young person to do. And one of the things I did to play around was I had a dragon puzzle. So I thought, I wonder what I can do. So I took and I stack cut about 6 different colors for the dragon. And so you can put the dragon together with a variety of different colors. So if you wanted to keep someone occupied and say, okay, see if you can figure out how all the different, there's about 8 different pieces to this dragon, and it's harder than it looks. So I just took some of the paper I had, cut it in half, and then folded it. One of the things you can do is the scrapbookers have scissors you can get that will do a decorative edge. I bought some inexpensive ones and discovered you really do not want the cheap ones because they do not cut very well. It takes longer to cut this than it would to just do something on the scroll saw. So I would say get some better cut ones, but you can get these decorative edges. So I did 2 of those. I did this one, I cut around the edge. And this one I cut just down about 1/4 inch so that the front side is edged. This was with the scissors. No. That's it. If you want to come up and take a look, you're welcome to. I've got more of these. If you want to give it a try, do it for yourself.
Well, that's your wrap-up rows.
That's the wrap-up rows. I've got a bunch of these. I stack cut.
Makes sense at first.
Yeah, you look at it and you're going, how does that work? And if you want, by the time you get done, you've got a couple of these. So if you're doing the Christmas ornaments, you actually have a couple of Christmas ornaments that you can use right away then too. So, yeah.
Did you make that, or did you buy that pattern?
It came in a magazine. Yeah, it was in a magazine I got. And that's what gave me this idea to do this. And it's actually, I don't care much for fretwork, but it's actually quite a bit of fun to do these. And they're just kind of fun to play with. So how many of you have grandchildren? Yeah, you could give this to your grandchild to play with. If you can give them some of these cutouts where they can make their own cards.
Just gave them a school song.
There you go. So you can take that. When I was young, I was horse crazy. I'd probably do myself some cutout horses. Or, if they like the other, if they're girls and they like paper dolls, which I never was crazy about, they could stack cut a bunch of different colored dresses for their dolls and stuff, or whatever you want to. And it's really a versatile little machine. I've done some of the fretwork, which is the cutting out. I've done this. I've done the 3D, the compound cutting. My next plan is to do a chess set. And then I've also done some intarsia. I took the intarsia class here, and Nick had a picture of the one I did. And I made my nephew a great blue heron for his wedding. So, it's just, you do what you want. And then as I've been doing this, I'm going, okay, I'd like to do some wood burning to add some depth. And I've taken a couple carving classes. Because one of the things I don't like about fretwork is it looks real flat. But one of the things you can do is take some carving tools and carve the fretwork, and you get this three-dimensional that really makes that pop. So, any questions? So, if you would like flower or play with any of this, please feel free to come up. I wasn't sure who would be here or what. And I've got some glue, so we can glue these down. And I did enlarge the pattern. I thought those are small. Okay, thanks for coming.
Thank you.